So, last weekend, I was very busy, and that led into a very busy week for me. I wasn't even sure I was going to make a video. I didn't even think anything was coming out. And then I just double checked. Okay, let's check new movies. Wait. The Retirement Plan. Nicolas Cage? Ron Perlman? In a mob action comedy? Let's go! Okay, so Ashley Greene, Mother of the Year, she gets caught up in this mess with a crime organization. She comes into possession of a very important hard drive. She hides it with her daughter, then proceeds to send it with her daughter to a grandfather that she's never met, who happens to be the one and only Nicolas Cage. So the mob, they go after this young girl looking for that MacGuffin, and you got her grandfather, Nicolas Cage, who happens to be a former assassin for the US government. That creates friction, and you get the idea where this thing's going. Nicolas Cage, per usual, does not disappoint. He's got all those Cageisms that you know and love. But in this one, he's got more of a beach bum Lebowski vibe. He's like, hey man, just leave me alone, man. And then he murders without hesitation. Then you got his daughter, Ashley Greene, who isn't much of a character in this. She's more of a way to push the plot along, I guess. But every time someone sees her that she knows that she hadn't seen in a while, they remind us that she's always getting into trouble. And that is true, and for some reason, that excuse just works for me. If you've got a character that is fucking up, and other people already know that she's a fuck up, and they go, well, she's always getting into trouble, I don't have a problem with that. The granddaughter in this, Talia Campbell, she was perfect for this role. Basically, she's that kid character that teams up with an older character that bounce lines off each other the whole time. All of her scenes with Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman had me laughing. Just some really great banter going on, and sometimes it was kind of sweet. Hellboy's in this, and he's just a henchman for a mob boss. I gotta say, his reactions to all the other people dying around him, they were priceless. Perlman was priceless. It's a priceless Perlman. Then you've got other side characters like Ernie Hudson and Rorschach. Great additions to this cast that only level up the scenes that they're in. Well, let's call this thing for what it is. Is it good? Not really. Whenever a new character shows up, they do the freeze frame with the character's name. Whenever that happens, you kind of know what you're in for. It is definitely low budget, and you can see it. The story is very predictable because there's nothing new we haven't seen before, but I laughed my ass off the entire time. It's this cast and the banter between these characters that kept me laughing. They kept me engaged. They kept me interested. That is what made me like this movie. Nicolas Cage is his best self, and his character effortlessly kills so many thugs. And it was hilarious. Ron Perlman, hilarious. Everyone else, hilarious.
Purpose for your visit?
Pleasure.
Come on, Ashley. Ashley, don't make me...
You could tell that these professional actors that have been in this game for a long time were having fun. And they also understood the tone that they were setting. Not a single person in this takes themselves too seriously. Everybody was hamming it up. I don't even know if other people would consider this a comedy, but I sure fucking do. It's ridiculous, and it's stupid, and it's just funny. There are so many unnecessary moving pieces too. Like they're actually trying to make the story good. Obviously, you've got this mob boss that's working with a drug lord, that's working with the CIA, that's working with a politician. I know it's ridiculous, but it is fun. Besides all the obvious bullshit, I think my main issue here was the same problem I had with that Renfield movie. Not enough Nick Cage. I appreciate them building up these other characters and giving them their own screen time. But if you're giving me a flick where Nicolas fucking Cage is killing people that are in the mob, I'm gonna need him on screen for about 95% of the time. Just chewing up as much scenery as possible. Is it worth seeing in theaters? Probably not. Is it worth watching at home if you just randomly happen across it? Yeah, sure. But if you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, I think it's a must-see. I guarantee it'll make you laugh, okay? See ya! Subscribe! So the whole time, everyone's after this little hard drive. We never find out what is actually on it. And honestly, I kind of like that. They're so lazy that they don't even bother to let us know what everyone is after. And I think that's fun. It leaves a lot of room for imagination, that's for sure.